Welcome back to another episode of Who Am I to Judge podcast. I'm Alexis.
And I am Samantha. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, everyone.
Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. How was your New Year's Eve and New
2025.
Year?
It was good. I had a great New Year's. I went to I went to Kelly's house for New Year's Eve, and that was really cute. We just we had like charcuterie boards, and
that's cute, really cute.
And Kelly ordered Chinese food.
Perfect night, literally already.
Oh my God, just, Kelly is the hostess with the mostest. So we were just
literally
spoiled. And then we just had so much fun, just talking. We did write out some New Year's resolutions.
What did you write out? What's your resolution?
I mean, it's a bunch of stuff. It's things that I want to get done this year.
Tell us, unless it's personal. You're trying to be secretive with us.
You guys, my Scorpio stuff comes out. I can share some of them. I want to finish my 12 steps. I want to finish my yoga teacher training. I want to incorporate more routine and structure into my everyday. Okay. I know that I need that. Try new things and be okay with being a beginner at stuff. Even with the pole and aerial and stuff, it's you gotta know you're gonna be a beginner. I want to go on solo dates more, go outside.
Yes.
And just go outside more in general and with my friends. I'm working on my skin. That's always a thing. But this year, I really want to just take really good care of my skin and get my clear skin back. Be present, travel more. I have a couple places that I want to go. Podcast growth. We're ready for the podcast to grow and generate income and brand partnerships.
Love that for us, yes.
And exercise, making that a real part of my life this year. So yeah, that's pretty much all of them.
I love that, and that's all super doable. Those are all attainable goals that you can not easily. It'll take work, but you can absolutely say at the end of the year, I improved on all these things if you actually put your mind to it and hold yourself accountable.
Yes. Yeah, I just want to with the structure and stuff, with time. I'm just I really want to be early for just so that I am not. I don't want to have that stress, I'd rather be feeling calm going into my day versus crazy. So that's another one. What about you, friend? Did you write anything out or?
I didn't, but that's a goal of mine to do it. I think I'm going to do it this weekend because I'm going to a friend's place who she's every year she makes bingo cards and fills out different each slot of things she wants to do. And I think we might be doing that or making a vision board. But if I had to say some things off the top of my head, it would just be, continuing going to the gym consistently. It's been great for my mental health, and I'm sure physically too, but it's been great for my mental health. I would say, I think I want to try not drinking for a year just to see how I feel at the end of the year, because not that I drink that much right now, but I actually just feel the more and more I learn about it, I'm okay, it's terrible effects on your body. And I feel I'm working out. It's okay, is the drinking exiting it out. Exactly. Yeah. Exiting out the workout. So I think I'm going to try that and just see how my body feels at the end of the year. Okay. We'll see how that goes, but
the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, it's I was just
you can do it.
I can do it, and that's literally what I said to Julia. I was just honestly, I'm really not that pressed over it. It's I don't drink every day. I probably drink, when I'm with my friends, I'm oh, let's do this. It's a cute little thing. It's not but it's really, I'm really not that pressed, So it's I was I think it would be honestly very easy. And I was like, I like other drinks too. Like I like juice. Like I love grapefruit juice. Anyone who knows me knows I love grapefruit juice.
I
I
didn't know
love
that.
like yeah, I love grapefruit juice. I mean, when I was teaching in Milwaukee, that used to be like my like coffee. Like every morning I would have a fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. I mean, it's just like I'm just not that fucking pressed. Like basically that's just what it comes down to. I'm just really not that fucking pressed over alcohol for me to be like, oh no, you know? And I feel like I'm old enough now where I realize like I have fun all the time without it, that it's really, I'm just really not that pressed.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I think, and I just feel like, I mean, like for example, today I was very hungover today, and I was just kind of like, I don't really like. I was just kind of like, I would love to see what a year like without this looks like. So
Aww,
that
I don't like you being hungover.
Me either. I was like rotting on the couch.
Did you have a headache?
I didn't, thank God, because I drank a lot of water yesterday, but Julia definitely had a headache.
So how did you feel? How did your hangovers feel for you?
Well, just usually like I have headaches. Like usually I have headaches, but I feel like because I drank a lot of water last night, I just woke up feeling like sluggish. Like, you know, like you're kind of sore, your head, your stomach kind of feels bloated.
Yeah.
You feel low energy where you just literally can't fathom to do anything,
right,
you know?
Right.
So that's kind of how I felt. And then I literally rotted on the couch. Like I sat on the couch and I played my PS5 for hours. I ate a piece, like my leftover pizza. I literally did nothing except walk the dog. So it's like, it just was bad. But that really wasn't my impetus for doing it. I've always kind of like, Akila really doesn't drink that much. And I feel like she's always talking about like her, like she does it because of like the, just like the health benefits of it. And I feel like I've always been like an anxious person about health. And I feel like this will just like take more anxiety off of my mind if I'm just like, no, I'm not putting alcohol in my body. And so it's really just that. And like, you know, like one thing about me, I'm silly. Like Julie and I were like talking about, I was like, I'm silly. I can be fucking laughing, having a time dancing and being silly, high on my own fucking life, you know? So I really don't need it. And then so that, and then I think the like another one that comes to mind will just be like continuing two things, continuing this like hair journey of mine, because like I'm so curious to see what like a year from now my hair will look like. And so just like, you know, consistently getting it like retied and like, you know, those things. And then last, I think like I definitely do want to like spiritually, like religiously get back more to like
get back to God,
practicing it more. Like, you know, it's like I pray, like I told you, we've talked about this before, I pray before you go to bed multiple times a day. But I feel like when I was in Milwaukee, I was like consistently going to a church every Saturday, or it was a Sunday, it was every something. And I don't know, I just felt more kinder. I feel like I was like, I wasn't judging as much. I was like giving people more grace. And I feel like literally now, sometimes I just be like, I am like low-key turning into, I'm not mean, but it's like I'm judging. Like I was like there's this like one TikToker judging? That I just be like laughing at. Like it's just like I was just like,
who is this? I need you to send me that.
I will. But I was just kind of like, okay, I need to like, and I think it's because like I'm no longer having like, I no longer have something to hold me accountable to be like a peaceful person. So I was like, I need to like,
that's fucking hilarious. Like this.
I need to just get back to that, you know, like
have like more compassion for others.
Exactly. And I feel like when I was in Milwaukee, I had a lot of compassion, and I feel, and not that I don't have compassion. I don't want you to think I'm like walking around being an evil person, but it's just that like for me, I am like my best self is like very gracious, very compassionate, very understanding, not like trying my best to not judge. And I'm not at that best right now. So I'm just saying like I would like to, and I think part of it is because I need to like get back to God. So I think that's more so like finding a virtual church that I like, basically.
I'm gonna send you one.
You can send it, but I have like very specific, like I'm a weirdo, just so you know. But you can send it.
I think you might like it just because it's very inclusive, you know, like for it to be like, you know, a Black church in Atlanta. It's like not about, you know, all the bullshit. It's very inclusive and it's very like.
And I need something like 45 minutes to an hour. I can't do more.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Preferably 45 minutes.
You're the Catholic girl.
Right. I'm used to getting in and getting out. Okay.
No, I'll send it to you.
But yeah, so those are the things on top of my head. But I'm sure when I
That's
make my
good.
vision board, it's gonna be more like detailed and more intentional. But that's just on the top of my mind.
Yeah, like speaking of the hair thing, I definitely want to just have my physical appearance just looking more put together all the time, you know, like just not like on my birthday or something when I like feel like, oh, like I have all the things done. So yeah, that's
No, I
another
feel
one.
that. We'll have a more intentional. Maybe we'll just know it'll be more intentional viewers later, but it's just on the top of my mind. But let's talk about 2025. How do you feel about 2025? Just like it coming, do you feel like it's going to be good for you, bad for you, whatever? Maybe put your little astrology touch on it because we know you know about that stuff. And then also just like, what do you want? I guess resolutions, they talk about it, but I guess you can expand more. Just like, what do you want your 2025 to look like?
I feel I'm happy to be moving on from 2024. Like that's
Really?
like yes. You know this year has been it's been tough. Like I do know we've been in a 8 year, like 2024 equals 8, and that's more like of a Saturn year, which is like more karmic lessons and all that stuff. We're like learning, just ending certain cycles and stuff. So I feel like hopefully this year will be a little lighter. I feel like it will in some ways. Pluto moved out of Capricorn, and that's been hard. Like Capricorn is like Saturn, basically. Like it's ruled by Saturn, so it's just like karma and whatever. So like I think some of my placements specifically might get a little bit of a rest
in 2025.
Yes, in 2025. The nodes are also shifting, which means that because the nodes have been in Aries, North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, and so the focus has been like, having your individuality, just kind of putting yourself first more, I guess. But now it's going to be moving into Virgo and Pisces. The North Node will be in. I'm like, is the North Node going to be in? I think it'll be in Pisces, which is interesting. So I don't know. I feel like as I get older, I just pray for the best. Like I'm just like, please, just another year of health and
so with the
strength
notes
for my family.
With the notes switching, what does this bring for 2025? Like they're now in what, and what does that mean? You said they were in Aries and something before. Now they're in something else.
So they're about to move into Pisces. Hold on, let me see. I just want to make sure that I'm giving correct information.
No problem. Look at her. We got fact checking going on.
Yes. Hold on. And don't you start, Jupiter. He's like making little noises. Hold on. When do the nodes shift? Okay, yeah. So on January 11th, they'll be moving into Pisces and Virgo. So the South Node will be in Virgo. The North Node will be in Pisces. Pisces is very, first of all, Pisces is all of the signs. So it's the last sign of the zodiac. So it includes all of the signs. It can be very empathetic, dreamy, fantasy.
So that means in 2025 we will feel these feelings, or like
it might be a focus on like like your dreams, being more empathetic to people. Let me see if she brought something up. Jupiter, go lay down, bub.
Our co-host Jupiter wants us to have a word.
I know. What do you want to say, bub? The North Node signifies blah 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 blah. Whatever. I don't know, guys. Look it up and see how it affects you. It'll affect.
What about Pisces? I'm sorry, you just talked about Pisces.
But like,
and then what was the other one?
It's Virgo and Pisces. Those are the opposite of each other. So it's always, the nodes are always going to be the opposite. So like
Okay.
Aries is the opposite of Libra.
So what is the sorry,
So
what was
that's
it?
just
Pisces
like the
and Virgo. What's
nodes.
the Virgo part of for
So
what
the
does this mean for
South node
Virgo?
is kind of like what we are not as focused on. Like it's like, okay, are we being too critical? Like we don't want to be too critical of, XYZ. We want to be more compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like being focusing more on, like last year it was in Aries is all about
Mm-hmm.
the self, Libra is all about the other. So
Mm.
this past year it's been like focus on yourself, like defining your identity and all that stuff, and not so much about like focusing on the other. And so this one can definitely be a lot of stuff, but also like spirituality. You're talking about your spiritual, even Alexis, you're actually right on time, because people have been talking about like sobriety becoming a big thing in 2025,
Wow.
and like spirituality, like Pisces is definitely spiritual, and yeah, so
Wow.
but there's
The earth is really moving on me right now.
yes, it always does, Alexis.
I'm
But
dead.
yeah, there's definitely a lot of good things. Like there's things that are happening this year. Um but I definitely would recommend people, checking out their, I know the Channy app has like the year ahead for you, but I can't have like too crazy expectations. Like I said, I like having, as I'm getting older, just some of those ones that are like, I can make a trip to California happen. Like that's like more so in my power versus
Mm-hmm.
like, So what about you? How do you feel about it?
I feel good about 2025. I feel like I'm going in with a lot more self assurance, maybe, or confidence about
Mm-hmm.
certain things. Like, I feel like 2024 was like, okay, I'm graduating. I don't have a
Right.
job. What am I going to do?
Right.
Just a lot of things were unknown. I was like thinking about like, restarting the locks. It was just a bunch of stuff. And I feel like, I'm going into 2025 with like a job, with like, more stability, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like now we'll have more freedom to make more choices that I want to, more choices
Right.
that I want to do.
Right. Right. Right.
Um, I'm feeling good about 2025. I think that it's going to bring, I don't know. I just think I'll be happy. Like I'm gonna be an aunt in 2025.
I
Which is gonna be
know.
so fun and amazing.
Yes, you guys, if you
Just
haven't
things.
listened, go listen to the Patreon. We talked about
Yes,
Christmas and stuff.
we
The
did.
episode is free, so
Mm-hmm.
make sure you guys go listen to that. But
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm just feeling overall. I'm feeling good. Like I guess I don't have like a distinct thought, but or like what can put my finger on. But I just feel like 2025. I'm open to it. I don't think that it's gonna be major changes, but what's scary is that like I did see a TikTok today from like an astrologer who was like, there's major things happening in 2025 due to like the astrology and like just like it's gonna be like you're gonna feel a shift. But I feel like right now I'm feeling very like stable going into 2025, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean the
We'll see what
personal
happens.
aspects are going to be a little bit different, but in terms of like us as a collective, I mean Pisces is also the collective too. So it's going to be more
Mm,
of a,
that
like,
scares me, like Trump stuff. I'm like, I feel like it's like,
I know, but honestly, Pluto moving into Aquarius the way that it did at the end of the year, I mean, you've kind of already gotten a taste of how it is, but I feel like it's not, it's more of people coming together, it's more of like the
mm,
collective, it's more about
mm,
revolution, like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Luigi, like all
mm-hmm.
that stuff happening, the truth, like it's
Yeah.
definitely, Aquarius is all about like truth and stuff.
No, I feel you.
So yeah,
Interesting.
I think it is going to be a lot. Like, we are definitely chartering new territory, and we
Mm-hmm.
are solidly in Pluto in Aquarius. And if you look up what that has done in the past, it's like, oh shit.
And this is the thing too. I feel like I have just really been embracing, and I think I'm gonna hopefully embrace this a little bit more in 2025. But I feel like in 2024, from 2019 to 2024, I was just like in a grind mentality. I was working multiple jobs. I was doing this PhD, and I feel like 2025, once I graduated at the end of 2024, it kind of allowed me, and then once I got the job, actually, like once I got the job, to just not be on such a grind as much. Mm-hmm. And I've been very intentional to not be holding like 3 different jobs at once and trying to do all these things. I'm hoping 2025 just brings like more stability.
Yes, more
financially, you know, my relationship and my family, you know, just more stability. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I know. I'd be nervous coming into the new year. Sometimes I'm just like, what is about to happen this year? But I do feel good. I feel like I felt really good seeing my friends. Like
I know.
feel like I ended the year good, and the first day has been good.
I was proud for you. I was proud of you. Let's talk about what's in or out. I don't know if you've been seeing on TikTok, but people have been like, these are the things you're bringing with us. These are things that are out. Okay. So let's each give like 3 ins and 3 outs.
Okay, I'll try to keep it at that.
'Cause 3 is the magic number. Yeah, obviously there's more, but like I think 3, it'll be good to like contain it a little. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think let's bring in for me being on time, punctuality. I feel like I was so happy when you said that because I was
already on time.
I know, but just the collective. Like these are the things we need to bring in because I was talking to Julia about this morning. Like being on time to me is a sign of like just being it to me it's deeper than just like, okay, you showed up on time. It's like being accountable to other people, showing that you're reliable to other people. And to me, it really is a consideration part to me as well. And obviously things come up, we need to be flexible. But I feel like I have seen a wave of people. I know people and I have seen a wave of things on TikTok where people are just like, kind of just being like, I'm going to be late. It is what it is. And it's just like, well, no, like, let's try to bring into 2025 this idea that like there are other people on the other side of this and we should like think about them as well. So I'm like, bring punctuality to 2025.
I just want that for myself because, you know, like obviously I think about people, but for me, just like a neurodivergent girly, I have to do other stuff to like make sure that I am on time. And so, but I feel like that will help me just feel better, you know, like not feel so rushed, like I said.
What's your in? Do one in. We'll go back and forth. You go.
What's in? I think just like moving your body, like making sure that you are like exercising is a part of life. Like I feel like I have been not treating it like that. Like it's like been optional, and luckily working at the studio, I've like been able to take classes and stuff. And I did physical therapy this year and stuff. But it's like, no, girl, like becoming a gym girly or whatever girly, like exercise that you like and that's fun.
Yes, moving your body is in. I love that.
Yes, moving your body's in, and hydrating.
I would say another end for me is like, and I feel like you've really like helped me with this, and I think other people should embrace it, but just like really like strong, sturdy like boundaries and like personal relationships. I feel like I have, especially this year, like have not the guilt I would feel normally for like ignoring a text or like like obviously I ignore text. Like, look, I have 20 unread text messages. I hate texting, but I'm talking like intentionally being like, okay, I'm not responding to that. Or like just like not giving people my access to me or like time that, you know, like I feel like I have just been more like, you know what, I'm 32. Like if I don't want to hang out, like I'm not going to hang out. If I don't want to visit, I'm not going to visit. If I don't want to, you know, it's like just things like that. and not feeling bad about it because of the fact that I'm like, I don't want to be in a relationship, in any friendship, whatever, with anyone where it's like I am being like emotionally manipulated, right? Like where it's like because I know that their reaction will be sad or upset or angry. I'm like that affects my actions. Right. So I feel like I've been. So I guess what's in I think is like healthy, strong, sturdy boundaries in all types of relationships, whether it's professional, personal, whatever. And I feel like that's you funny. Have always inspired me with that because you're like, girl, do what you want to do. I know. And I'm just like, okay.
I know. That's why I was like, okay, like I'm gonna hold you to that.
You should. You should.
What else? What else is in? I think like really enjoying your downtime and not feeling.
Yes.
Not feeling like bed riding is like it's amazing. Like, you know, like let's intentionally do it. Jupiter.
No, that's real though. That's real though.
Go get it. Yeah, you know, just like enjoying it. And I actually want to like, you know, do it with others. Like I'm gonna like go to Kelly's house and like, you know, just be cozy.
I call it together alone time. Me and Julia do it all the time.
Oh yes, yeah, that's what I need.
Sit on the couch and rot together, okay? Yeah. Sometimes we'll talk. Sometimes we'll be on TikTok. It don't matter.
Right. Yep. So more of that.
I love that.
And enjoying it and not feeling like bad about it.
I actually love that. And I think that's like, that's so in. We're so back. Like it's there. My last in would be, oh my God, I just had it. My last in, you were talking about something and it like triggered me. You were just saying like enjoying your alone time. Oh, okay. My last in. Like, I feel like being like keeping this like wave of like critical consciousness and like unpacking things in a deeper level. Like, I feel like there has been, especially post like, this is just nuance. An example. Yeah. Yes, nuance. But especially, this is just an example, but especially post Cowboy Carter, Beyonce Bowl, there's been a lot of conversation, I feel like, on TikTok and Twitter. Some people calling her a propagandist. Some people saying that like, she's basically, you know, like kind of just exposing what we talk about a lot, which is like her being a capitalist, her really not being like
about that life.
Right, about that life. Like she's a billionaire. I mean, a guy really, I think I sent you this video or you sent it to me, but he made a really good point about how like he hates Black Parade because it was like after George Floyd, it's like, okay, then this song comes that's talking about being, you know, that's talking about like a revolution, but actually never doing the work of revolution, right? Like it's like she's not gonna be on the front line. She actually in fact crossed a picket line, you know, like which is we know about. And so it's just like,
when did she cross the picket line then?
Oh my God, it was I feel like we talked about it, but I'm gonna pull it up. Picket line. Okay, here we go. Yep, here we go. Oh yes, that's right. Okay, because it had to do with the Oscars. I remember this. Okay, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you. That's right. Okay, so remember.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It was about the hotel, the Chateau Marmont Hotel. Hold on. So yes, the people, the workers at the Chateau Marmont Hotel where Jay-Z and Beyonce held their annual Oscars Gold Party, they were at that time, which was in 2021, I think, or 2022. They were the workers were protesting the terrible working conditions at this hotel. Most of these workers being Black and brown Americans. I remember there was like a very huge campaign by the different workers being like, please don't host your party here. And they did it anyways. So it's just like, so people are kind of, so basically he was just making that whole like thing being like, it's just kind of like, billionaires saying yes, let's revolutionize, but then actually famously either going and not doing the actual work, you know. And then he was also just being like, I kind of find like looking back in history, it'll be kind of whack being like, yeah, like this was a revolution funded by billionaires, like that's literally, it's kind of embarrassing, you know? And so there's more to it and we can unpack it, but that's just simply what I'm trying to say is I think we should bring back criticality. Like what's in is criticality, what's in is nuance, what's in is like unpacking things and not and understanding that you can still love something, appreciate something, but nothing is perfect, right?
Yes. And it's funny because I've also been seeing people talking about like, you know, just like the leftists like not letting people have fun or like it's just like, can we like you guys so it's just like you guys are not letting us like Alexis, I would say I don't feel like you are not like, I mean, you voted for Kamala, so I feel like
yes, but
in
some
terms of like
did.
In terms of like that type of leftist, I feel like
I'm not nuts.
It's just like they're like, you know, their approach to trying to get people to join their cause is just not just doesn't leave any room for like, it's like we cannot be mad all the time, like we have to.
But this is the thing, I think that this is a good conversation because I don't think that being a critical person is being angry or upset or frustrated all the time. I say that because, for example, having been in a space for the past 5 years where all people do is like read an article and it's like, okay, what are your thoughts? What are your critiques? Like, you know, like literally that's the only type of conversation we have.
But I feel like
I would say,
I don't feel like you fall into that category.
I know, but I'm just saying I have been in spaces exclusively where this is all we do is like critique, unpack, say how it can be pushed better. What was like the blind spots, you know, like completely just, even if it's bell hooks, you know, like we're unpacking it. And I say that to say some of those people also were the most like hopeful, reimagining like type of people. And so I feel like it's this like, it's a false like narrative sometimes. Yes, there's obviously angry leftists, but I also think, and I also think it's a false narrative to just be like, just because I am telling you what are the blind spots in this beautiful thing, that I'm just angry all the time or you can't have fun. I feel like it's, to me, it's interesting.
I think that is the nuance. You know, it's like, can you enjoy the performance and still have a conversation about it being propaganda and the realities of that? Yes. You know, and it's just like, I think like that is where people are. And it's just, I do feel like it's not, I do feel like the approach has to be better. I mean, we saw during the election, it was just like, you know, the extreme of just like, you know, we're not going to vote or we're going to vote for whatever.
You're right. You're right. Or the just like bashing of Kamala to the point where you're like, don't vote. And if you vote for her, you're a terrible person. Yeah. I absolutely agree. And I think you're right. I think it's then what we're saying is that what's in is nuance. But I feel like I say criticality because some people just lack the ability to be critical. I mean, like even like, like literally this guy to turn off his comments on TikTok because he was like, y'all are capping for someone who like won't even like spend 10 minutes talking to you. Like, you know, like if you saw this woman on the street, she would not have you know how we see those TikTok videos of Rihanna who like people will see her on the street, she talks to them for like 5 minutes, like, and then she'll take a picture and leave. It's like, this is somebody who won't even give you 30 seconds. Like, you know, like, and so it's just like, that is true. And it's like, but y'all are caping so hard for her. And it's weird. It is weird. And it's weird that we can't call her a capitalist. I don't know. I just think you're right. It's nuanced. It's
we can always talk about that.
I know, but I'm just saying, I think it's in, and I think that we're seeing this like new wave of people opening a box of talking about Beyonce in a way that's interesting, and just other people. And I hope that continues because, in fact, I think we have richer, right? We have richer conversations. We have interesting insights.
We are letting them eat cake. Like, we're all like, y'all are not like us.
Exactly. And I think that's just and I think it's healthy. So I that's and then what's your last end?
That's gonna be what gets us to have a better quality of life.
Absolutely.
What's my last end? Just like, I think for me, just like doing more experiences, like, going to the holiday market during Christmas, doing the things, looking at things on the weekend to see what's happening in your city, or just really being out and a part of
outside,
a part of life, really having experiences and taking the pictures and enjoying the moments, and and also just having different backgrounds. I'd love to be on a farm at some point this year, but also on an island, and in the city and whatever. It's just living life more.
I love that. Okay, outs.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Outs. What is outs for me?
Caping for billionaires.
Yes.
For me.
I am out for me. Okay, Caping for Billionaires was one you said. I have
another one.
Yeah, go for it.
Music that's talking about killing people.
Just not creative music.
Yeah, just music that I cannot listen to low vibrational music. Okay.
Let's just call it that. Out is low vibrational music.
Yeah, out is low vibrational music.
Okay. Out is, I think again for me this year, out is I don't know what the word is, but inconveniencing myself inconveniencing myself when I know that I have other things that are more important. For example, I am going to be an auntie this year. The baby most likely will be born at the the final week of June or the first week of July. So that means either the week of 4th of July or the last week of June. And then also this, this year is the baby's first Christmas. The baby's just so many first things for the baby. There is no world where I am missing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's I want to be a present aunt. I want to be like Dee Dee. You know how Dee Dee is to me? I want to be like that to this baby. And I want to try my best.
Family is.
Exactly. Yeah. And I want to try my best to do that from New York, and then also going to Maryland. Yay. I say that to say I can see things in the future that will come up that might have me in a situation where I have to make difficult decisions about going to things and missing things. And I can see a world where I'm okay, well, I'll just fly here and then fly back. And it's just doing all these crazy things. And I feel for me, this is just an example, but I'm just saying I am done inconveniencing myself to please other people. It's one thing if it's also equally important. If it's, a family member's birthday or a big, next week I'll be going to, with Adriana, and that'll be a beautiful, fun vacation. Of course, I made sure I, took off of work and had to, it's if it's important to me, I'll do it. But I'm just saying I am not, you don't want to right. I'm not going to inconvenience myself just because it makes the other person happy, because I have other things that are important as well. And so I think for me, that's what's out. Just inconveniencing myself for things that just aren't important as important as other things I'm going through. Okay. What's your last?
I have one more.
Yeah.
Just being in I feel being in your head too much about anxiety or just
that's real.
Assumptions, just be here.
That's real.
Just I want more of us to remember that we live on a rock in space. None of this shit matters. Post the video. Who cares what people think? And yeah, just it's not necessary to drive yourself crazy worrying about
absolutely
this interaction that you had with your boss, and then you're thinking about it for the rest of the day or whatever. It's
I agree.
No, just I feel with all the ends that we talked about, you won't have to worry about that. If you're taking care of your side of the street, then that's true. Yeah, so that's mine.
I agree, and I think this podcast helps me with that, because sometimes I feel when I first was oh, we're gonna be taping, I was okay, I need to put on an outfit, I need to look good, and then eventually I was look, we're supposed to be acting like we're on the phone, I be looking like this, and so I'm just cute. And I'm I don't care. 2 more outs. I think not training, bad dogs, bad pets, and then
what is a bad pet to you, Alexis?
It's just I mean, just like...
Is Jupiter bad?
No. I think a bad pet is just like a dog that like, or just an animal that like is just seemingly just like not trained. Like if I'm walking past your dog and you're like, the leash is like really loose and the dog is like lunging at my dog and it's like, no, we could have fixed this interaction way differently. So I just think, so it's just, I guess it's
So
bad.
maybe it's lazy
bad
dog
human
parents. Yeah.
Yeah, lazy dog parents. I think that's better. Lazy dog parents. And then my final out is just like caring what people like. I mean, I guess caring what people think. I guess what you're saying. I feel like I've seen a lot of people. I've noticed a lot of people. I guess on social media. I don't really post on social media. I just scroll and I sometimes judge. And like I told you, I'm working on it. But like, but I feel like I've seen a lot of people just like performing, and I think that's out. That's out. I think that's out.
It's time to. Because again, we live on a rock. Like, who cares? Mm-hmm. All these people that we be stressing about are just people that are really not as amazing as you think they are. And it's just like, you are, like, you know, it's just like, just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy being you and your life. And don't let these people rock your spirit in any way. Okay, we're gonna be solid this year.
I agree. Okay, let's wrap it up by talking about our top three albums and our top 3 TV shows of the year. Yes. And then we'll wrap it up.
Yes. Okay.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I guess so. Let me see. Let me open up my Apple music.
You're funny.
Okay, so I feel like I am pretty much. I it's so funny. Like, I have not been listening to. I listen to a lot of music, but it tends to be the same things. Like, I feel like I haven't listened to that many albums this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the albums that really spoke to me this year. Oh, there's so many. I'm like, okay. For me, like, that I actually like played out.
Yeah.
I'll say Cowboy Carter definitely was in my rotation throughout the year. 2 Hands to Heaven. It was in my yearly thing, so must have been listening to it. Then I'll say I really love Meg Thee Stallion's her Act 2 that came out. Like, I was playing that a lot, and it definitely, you know, informed my, you know, bad bitchery a little bit during this year. And then I will say GNX. Have been playing that out. Like, it has to be, those are the 3 that I was just like, okay, like, I'm playing this out. And I do have one honorable mention.
Okay, what is it?
Glorilla's album.
I know, you did. That was a moment.
Yeah. That was a moment. Okay.
Oh, those are good. Okay, I think for sure Cowboy Carter. I feel like I've played that a lot. Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. We all know I'm a pop girly. I played that nonstop from the moment it came out. I love it.
Alexis got me listening to it too.
I know. I'm so happy. And then third, I would say, let me see. I'm looking at my Spotify now. Third, I would say
Pink Pony Girl.
I was gonna say Chapel Room, but I just want to double check if that's really it.
Dancing. I love that song.
I mean, it's great. I mean, yeah, I think it's either it's probably what is it? Confessions of a Midwest Princess or something. Oh, The Rise and the Fall of a Midwest Princess. Yeah, definitely Chapel Room. And I think honorable mention for me. Let me just make sure that this came out in 2024.
I'm gonna keep on
before I tell you.
Down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing.
Okay, I think Brat. I feel like I listened to that a lot when it came out. Again, I'm a pop girly. We all know this. Okay, so then what about top TV show? Top 3 TV shows.
Okay, I just remembered
I guess
one.
should we do that they came out this year or that you watched this year?
Because
the albums
out.
we did came out. Okay, go ahead.
Came out. I will say yeah. Oh shit. From definitely on the list.
I know you love
that. That show sucked some hours out of this year. Okay, catching up on it. I still haven't finished season 3. I know I'm weird. It just is like one of those. I feel like after Halloween, I was just like, okay, I need a break from scary. You know,
no, I feel you.
Anyways, the other one, it's one that me and Soleil watched. Let me see. It was like the trial show, where they like went on trial. Hold on. What is it?
Oh, is it the one on Apple TV?
Oh yes, it's on Apple TV.
Presumed Innocence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Really liked that one. That one kept me on the edge of my seat throughout the while it was on. I feel like there was others.
I'm sure there were others.
Here, you start to give me some of yours while
I'm doing research now. Like, what did I watch this year? What did I watch?
Let's see.
Oh, okay. Let me make sure. Let me see if this came out in 2024. Okay, I don't know if I can do like the ones that came out.
What about English Teacher? You like that one?
I did.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to say this though.
Okay.
I'm gonna interpret this as my top 3 favorite shows that I watched this year. Just because I feel like some of the shows that I'm like all in. I'm like, okay. Number 1 is Yellow Jackets. I've discovered Yellow Jackets this year. Literally maybe
the
3 months ago.
seasons come out this year.
Yeah, so the season's coming out. That season 3 is coming out February 14th.
Because From came out a long time ago.
Okay, so yes, Yellow Jackets for me, number 1. Number 2, I would say. Oh my God, what was that?
I think I'll say my last one
is
go ahead. The Perfect Couple. That was a fun watch. I just love Nicole Kidman. I'll say a honorable mention. Under the Bridge. Me and Soleil watched that show. It's
on
pretty
Hulu.
serious. Yeah, but it was good, and it has Lily Gladstone in it, and I really love her.
Okay, I got number 2. My number 2 is Chimp Crazy. I love Chimp Crazy.
Oh my god!
I just love crazy. I love watching crazy white people on TV, and so Tiger King was
sad about the animals.
It's sad at times, but it literally has such a beautiful ending for the animals that it's like by the end you're just like, oh my god, this is beautiful and amazing. But the characters, I feel like Tiger King was just hilarious, and Chimp Crazy, it's like Tanya is another character that gets unlocked and you're just like, oh my fucking god, she's nuts, and she's in Florida. I don't know, it's just like a typical Florida woman that you think. Okay, and then my third one that I watched this year would be. Me and Julia were really into the monsters. I think it was the Hernandez brothers or whatever.
Yeah.
We were so into that series. So maybe I'll say that for the 3rd. But these are the things I'm excited for in 2025. Okay. The next season of White Lotus is coming out.
Yes.
Severance is coming out January 17th. Yellow Jackets February 14th. Those are the 3 I would say that are on my mind. I cannot wait for it. Do you have any you can't wait for before we wrap it up?
Those 2. I feel like there probably is some that I'm waiting for.
Oh, and Gilded Age. I can't wait for Gilded Age to come back. I love Gilded Age.
I gotta say House of Dragons up there too. That kept me going. And I watched a ton of crime documentaries. But for next year, Oh, is the Harry Potter show supposed to come out this year?
No, that's coming out in like 2027, I think, or 2026.
Okay.
Like far.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll chill about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah.
I'm waiting for another documentary that's as crazy as the Cult of Mother God. That is, I want another documentary that takes it to that level.
Alexis. I feel like
nothing is as crazy as this woman who turns fucking blue and they're still like rolling her around places.
I know, but the Twin Flames one was crazy.
Yes, Twin Flames was crazy. Like Shalea.
Have you watched I mean, these are like weird, but the Keep Sweet and Obey.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just love ones where it's like just like to the point where it's so absurd. Like I will never forget when they like roll her in and she looks dead in that wheelchair, and the hotel staff is like, Alexis. "Oh my god,
Alexis, you are so funny." I just imagine you as one of these.
Like, can you imagine if you were in that hotel and you saw someone like get rolled in that was like blue and looked like they were dead? You would be like,
"You are
oh
so
my
freaking funny." I know. There were some good docs this year.
Yeah, Twin Flames, I think, and The Cult of Mother God were like the two I just could not stop talking about. Like, I was just like,
did those come out this year?
I don't even know. All I remember is Shalea, because she is Shalea. I just think it's funny that Love has won. Okay, but yeah, let's wrap it up because
yeah, I gotta go to bed. Okay, y'all. Well, thank you so much for me too. Oh my goodness. So thank you guys so much for listening. We love you guys. We're in the new year. We got a lot of new stuff coming this year. Make sure you guys email us at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. We have a PayPal that you can donate. And make sure you guys log in for Make sure you guys sign up for Patreon, y'all. Like,
sign up, run it up.
This year is gonna be crazy for Beyonce. Okay, we got a lot of Beyonce is gonna have a very interesting year. Okay, the South Node is in Virgo.
We gotta get into that.
So, anyways, we'll see you guys on Patreon, and we'll see you guys next week. Love you.
Bye. Wait. Not next week. Next week I'll be gone on a trip, so we'll take a break next week.
We'll see about that. Love you. Bye.
Oh my gosh. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember to email us your discussion topics at whoamitojudgepod@gmail.com. Also, remember to subscribe to Who Am I to Judge podcast on Spotify and everywhere you get your podcast. If you love us, please rate us and review. And if you don't, leave us alone. Tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all next week. Bye, friends.